My sister-in-law wants to take custody of my baby because I wasn't capable of taking care of a child. Now she's bawling and begging because she's not allowed around my child anymore. My sister-in-law, Rachel, and my husband are in low contact because she initially wanted me to be her surrogate and was forcing my husband to agree. According to her, we are family, and this is just a simple request. She called me a beach and hoped that my future child die. She cannot physically have children, and because we refused to help her, she adopted a daughter. About 2 years ago, Rachel started harping on her husband a lot about wanting to adopt another baby, and he was never on board because of their finances. It wasn't too long after she started expressing her desire to adopt another baby that I fell pregnant. To our surprise, she congratulated us and apologized for her behavior. At 4 months, my CL just didn't say much of anything to me. But when I was around 5 months old, she really started effing with me. She started inviting me over all the time and often put it in my head that I wasn't capable of taking care of a child, because I have a history of depression. She was just constantly saying, "I'm worried about you," or "I fear you will have postpartum psychosis." And she said everything in such a way that I started believing her. It effed with my head nearly every night. This continued until I was nearly at my due date, but it always amped up a little every time. Her last couple of comments were, "I'm not sure if you can handle it, and if something goes wrong, I'm going to have to fight my brother for custody of the baby. And, you know I will take custody of the baby if you can't handle it." And it got to my head so much that I stupidly thought she was just showing concern and not being manipulative. She constantly rubs and listens to my belly, appearing to be so excited. I just thought she was an excited aunt since her only sibling is my husband. Anyway, I gave birth in October and my sister-in-law came over to see the baby when she was about 1 week old. She only brought fruits for me and nothing for the baby. She said that she collects all the baby stuff in a room and that it's okay since the baby will be in her house constantly. I asked what she meant and she said that I might have an attack, so her house could be a safe place for my daughter. When she was holding her, she started to cry and I went to take her back. She shooed me away and said, "No, she's fine." Just started bouncing my kid until she eventually fell asleep. She commented that the baby was obviously so much more comfortable with her than it was with me. Unfortunately, I did have PPD and I just didn't say anything and clammed up. And as soon as she left 2 hours later, I lost it and bawled my eyes out while holding my daughter. I was thinking that maybe I am not really a good mother. Honestly, it made my PPD worse, if anything. Because of that interaction, I didn't want anyone near my daughter or to hold her. My husband got really concerned with me and we agreed that I needed help. I ended up checking myself into therapy. I'm loads better now. But through therapy, I have developed a very large, overdue, shiny spine. Through therapy and some realization, I can now see that my SIL was using manipulation tactics to make me feel less so I would give her custody of my daughter. I have talked to my therapist about all of this and she has documented it. She's the one who encouraged me to put forward boundaries with my CIL and cut her off for me and the baby's sake. Well, my CIL asked me last week if she could come steal the baby away for some snuggles. I told her no. She asked why and I was honest and said that I don't trust her because of all of her comments throughout my pregnancy and her refusal to hand my daughter back to me like I requested when she was here. So no, she wasn't allowed around my baby at all. She argued that I could not just cut her off with no warning and that this just proves that she was right, and that I was clearly having a manic episode, and told me that I was simply unable to see that I was potentially putting my baby in danger, and that I should be allowing family, aka her, to take the baby so I can get my head on right. I blocked her off everything. My husband was furious and made no contact with his sister after she said she would fight him for custody of our baby. He wants nothing to do with her. She didn't even have contact with us really before I got pregnant, so after she said she would fight him for custody, he had no problem blocking her off everything.